Hey everybody, Lannette Crystle here and welcome to my channel. I'm so excited to do this video today. As you can see, my face just has its base right now because I am going to be trying out the new Lemonade Craze eyeshadow palette from Maybelline. Influencer sent me this as PR and I'm very excited to try this out. I've seen plenty of videos of YouTubers trying this out, specifically Nikki Tutorial. She did a really great tutorial on this, so I'm very excited to try this out. So Influencer and Maybelline sent me the Lemonade Craze palette, and also they sent me their Lasting Drama Matte Jet Black Eyeliner. I think I have tried this before. I'm not quite sure if I have or not, but I may have tried a version of this, and I haven't really been lining my eyelids at all lately. I think it's just, I don't know, I think I kind of grew out of it, but when I do decide to line my eyes, I do like underneath the lash line and then the bottom lash line. I don't really go on top of the lid anymore. So yeah, we'll try this out too. And yeah, so let's go ahead and create a look with Maybelline Lemonade Craze. All right, so here are the colors. These remind me of Maybelline's The City Mini palette. Oops. And I have the one from Makeup by Shayla, this one right here. This is just really a bigger version of it. And looking at the palette by itself, I really don't tend to you know, use these kinds of colors on myself. Maybe the neutrals and some of the corals, but like yellow or that really bright pink, which is called Ice Pop, not really colors that I use on myself, but they are very pretty to look at. So let's go ahead and swatch a few. Let's go swatch, of course, the Lemonade Craze one, and let's swatch Ice Pop, and then let's go ahead and swatch Coral Punch. And then let's go ahead and do Citrus, because that looks like a really pretty color. So here are my fingers, and I can already tell you the Lemonade Craze one, this is gonna need some finessing. You are gonna need a base for the yellow, but the Ice Pop is really nice, and that's very pigmented. And then Citrus, ooh, Citrus is gorgeous. So here you can see this is Lemonade Craze. You can't really see it on my skin. Ice Pop is right here. This is Coral Punch, and then Citrus. So those are very pretty colors. So I do apologize for the noise outside. People are working on their yards. It is a very rare sunny day in Washington. But anyways, so I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of wing it and see what I want to come up with a makeup look. And I always like to give my eyeshadows a fair shot, so I always use my Urban Decay Primer Potion, and this is the original formula. So I'm just going to put this on my eyelids. So after we've primed our lids, I'm going to go into the shade Sherbet with a fluffy MAC 224 brush. And I'm just going to apply this all over my lid. I don't know if you can see that, but there is quite a bit of kickback, which isn't indication that it's a bad eyeshadow color or anything like that. It's just the formula gives it a lot of kickback, and this is actually a really nice pigmented shadow. And I'm sorry, did I call it Sherbet? I think it's Sherbet. It's not sorbet because it has a S-H-E-R-B-E-T, so it's probably Sherbet. I don't know how to pronounce it. All right, so I have Sherbet all over my lid. Next, I'm gonna take the color Sweet Tea as my transition shade. And this one doesn't have too much kickback. And I'm still gonna use that same brush, MAC 224, and then just apply this on my crease. And this shade is actually quite pigmented. I like it. It's a really nice transition shade color. And by the way, I love Sweet Tea. Sweet Tea is like my favorite drink to get at McDonald's. But I also like buying it from the store, so. All right, so the eyes that I have right now are Sorbet and Sweet Tea. I think I'm gonna go in with Coral Punch, and I'm going to be using a Morphe 433. And I'm just gonna pack this again near my transition shade or my crease, just to give it some, like a pop of color. And this is just gonna be in the lower crease. And that's actually really pretty too. It's not super pigmented, but it is a blendable color. And what I like so far is that these colors are blending in nicely. They're not looking muddy together. So that's a plus. All right, so the next color I'm going to take is the shade Citrus, which is that really pretty goldy shimmery shade. And I'm taking a MAC, I don't know what shade. This is 289. I don't know, it's one of those flat shader brushes. And what I want to do is really pack this color onto my lid. So I got quite a bit of product on there. You could use a setting spray to really intensify it, but I'm just going to try it out without wetting my brush to see how intense it shows up on my lid. And it's okay. You can definitely see the shimmer. Let me move up a little bit on that lid, but definitely if you do use a setting spray, it'll really intensify it. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that right now. So I'm gonna do is take my shader brush and dip into Citrus again, and then spray it with my MAC Fix Plus. And I'm gonna apply it on my left lid. And that really made a difference. If you can see, this one is definitely a lot shimmery, and compared to the other one, it's a lot more muted or diffused shimmer. So. And then to deepen the outer V a little bit more, I'm going to take the shade in Old Fashioned using a MAC 217. And this is a fluffier brush. It's very similar to the one from Morphe. Apply this on my lower outer V. Ooh, that's really nice. All right, so that's the top part of my eye. And then for my lower lash line, I'm going to use Ice Pop again with my MAC shader brush and just really pack that color on my lower lash line. Wow, that gives, this one is a very pigmented shadow, and I normally don't wear a lot of pinks, but they are very pretty. It's just pink is not really my go-to shade for eyeshadow, just in general. This is a really bright eye. So I'm going to diffuse the bottom a little bit. I'm going to take my MAC 224 again and just kind of diffuse that pink because it's very harsh right now. I'm going to go back into the shade Sherbet and just kind of tone it down a little bit. Tone that pink down a little bit. So next, I'm gonna take that Sweet Tea shade again and also focus on the outer lower V or lower lash line, just at the bottom third. And I'm taking the the Morphe M433 onto that brush and just really focusing on the bottom outer third of my lash line, just to give it a little bit more dimension. So now that we're done with the eyeshadow, I'm going to take the Maybelline Lasting Drama Matte Pencil, and I'm just going to line my, I'm just going to tight line, I guess, if that's what you want to call it, and then just the outer third of my lower lash line. So that. Oh wow, this is really pigmented for a drugstore liner. And I'm going to smudge that black liner out with a with Old Fashioned, just so it's not too harsh of a line on my lower lash line. Alright, so I'm gonna curl my lashes, apply some mascara, do the rest of my face, and I'll come back with my final thoughts on this palette. Alright guys, so I'm back with the final look. The lighting is different because I wanted to show you guys what my makeup looks like in natural lighting. I have some daylight coming through and then what it looks like in my room. So this is what the makeup or the final look looks like. It's actually really nice. You know, even with that pop of color on the bottom, the pink, it looks actually well put together. And then now we're going to switch into studio lighting. And now we're back to studio lighting. So overall, my thoughts on this palette is it's a really nice palette. And then it also shows on the back on how you can achieve some looks, which I think is kind of silly because it's not in color, it's like black and white. So you're not gonna know what the color looks like at the end when you apply everything. But it does tell you like what shades to use and then numbers like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It has the shades on the back, and then it also has the names on the front of the palette, right, like so you won't get confused on what shade is what. The shimmers you want to use with the setting spray, because after I use Citrus without the setting spray on this eye, I did notice some fallout, but with the Fix Plus it applied just quite nicely. And then the mattes are pretty good. The only shade I am disappointed with, and that's just because, you know, I just watched it with my finger, but I actually haven't used it, is the Lemonade Craze. Yellows are pretty hard to create, I guess, but I mean, if you're gonna name your palette after Lemonade Craze and the shade is called Lemonade Craze, then this shade better be pigmented. So yeah, I'll probably test this out, maybe apply it wet or with another base color, another yellow base color, but that didn't swatch very well. So overall, this is a pretty good palette. I like it. Like, I like the look that I came up with, and I'm excited to see what other looks I can come up with. Maybe I'll try doing one of these eye looks right here and see how they come out. And then now to the jet black eyeliner, the Long Lasting Drama Matte. I really like this liner. I've only had it on for a good 20 minutes, and I don't know if it's going to smudge or smear yet. But yeah, I love the packaging on this. It is a matte black. It's not that shiny, shiny packaging that I'm used to seeing with a lot of their eyeliners or drugstore eyeliners. So that's pretty good. It is a very creamy formula and very, very pigmented for a black liner. So yeah, overall, I like this palette. Again, this is the Maybelline New York Lemonade Craze. I know they are coming out with a Soda Pop Craze, so that one looks interesting. It has more like pinks and purples, but yeah, so this is a really good palette. If you guys have any other questions, comments, please leave them down below. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you're a new person or it's your first time coming to my channel, please hit the subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on any of my videos. Also hit that notification bell, because if you don't, you are gonna miss some of my new videos that are coming out. And follow me on my social media. I have Twitter, Snapchat, and Instagram. It'll be in this corner or this corner. I don't know where it'll show up, but it'll be in one of these corners. And I'll see you guys in my next video. So take care and God bless.